After finally getting some much needed rain, I couldn't wait to see what had changed out here on the farm. I decided it was the perfect time to clean out the chicken run and take a good look at the garden. It's one of those normal chore days with cows just lounging around, full and content, enjoying the cooler temperatures and the warm sunshine. But keeping the chicken run dry is really important to me, so I started by disconnecting the electric fence. Then, I raked out the old wet bedding and replaced it with fresh, dry hay from my round bale.
Put some fresh hay in there for you. Give me just a minute. Okay? Give me just a minute. Let's get you some fresh hay.
It's a simple task, but it makes a difference for the chicken's comfort.
Here you go, Fluffy. Come on, Blackie. Over here. Are you leaning on that? Let me get it, girl. There you go. Maybe some more. How about that, Good girl. Can I give you some seed too, huh? Good seed with some mealyworms mixed in. I'll give you something to scratch for. There you go.
Better check on the squash, make sure there's nothing overly large that needs to be picked, because these vines are getting really tall, going right up over the trellis that we built. So thankful for that trellis. It's amazing how much they seem to grow just overnight. The spaghetti squash is climbing nicely on the trellis we built. And the patty pan squash is blooming beautifully. Just look at all the bees buzzing around those flowers, busy just pollinating each one. I wonder if they're honeybees. If so, I wish they were making honey for us here on the farm. Here's another squash starting up. Getting to be big. The bean plants look healthy, although I haven't spotted any blooms yet. Our corn rows definitely have opened up on the top. Oh, my first ear of corn spotted. The silks have started. Look there. So exciting. We're gonna get so much corn, I hope. Oh, there's several silks out. Look at this. Love that sight. Now, the cantaloupe I planted is starting to show signs of life. I'm running a little garden experiment with different treatments. Some spots got my tea mixture. Others had tea and sugar water. And some just got sugar water, and then a few got nothing at all. So far, I see 2 plants that have gotten my tea treatment and 1 that got only the sugar water treatment. It's still early. That's pretty interesting results. The potato plants are starting to yellow, and only a few still have flowers. I noticed some signs where something might have been lying in the middle of the plants. I hope it didn't cause too much damage. Then I checked on what I call the rows of chaos. And if you missed that video, I'll link it here or in the description. Can you recognize any of the plants? We have a second row of chaos filling in. Lots of plants. I bet this is pole bean because it's doing the same thing that my other pole beans are doing. The leaves turn black and I'm not sure why. I wonder if it's because they got too much water. And then a third row of chaos. And then there's the watermelon, which is really taken over, as you'd expect. Look at these little cucumbers. These are pickling cucumbers. They're bred to be blocky, thin-skinned, and crisp. Perfect for soaking up pickle brine. They thrive in warm, well-drained soil and full sun. I'll want to pick them at about 3 to 4 inches long for the best crunch. The bees love the cucumber flowers too. They are really buzzing out here. Grabbing that nectar. Some of these bees are enjoying this. The peach tree is doing beautiful. It did lose some leaves and turned a little bit yellow. A few of the leaves turned yellow and they dropped during all the rain. These strawberry plants are still sending out runners, though I haven't started seeing any bearing fruit yet. Again, strawberries, they're taking over as much as the watermelon. Just running out there everywhere. We'll try and keep them in the row. Guess there's going to be weeds in it. This garden is large. Here's one of my fig trees. Unfortunately, the raspberries, blueberries, and blackberry plants that I picked up from Lowe's didn't make it. I'm looking forward to getting some better plants soon and giving it another try. Got a few asparagus still. I let them go through the summer. I don't trim them back or anything. Letting them establish their roots. Here's another fig tree. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 7 more asparagus. Okay, the only thing left to show you in the garden today is the tomatoes, I think. Pretty much everything else, I've either picked it, well, the peppers. I've picked up some of the peppers, and I'll do a video on that. They have tomatoes on them. They're just not red yet. So, but we're ready for them. We are wanting some tomato sandwiches. Let me show you the tomato plants. Not sure if you can see the green tomatoes in that one. This cluster down here. I need to pick a couple of those because I don't like to have more than 4. And that one has at least 6. Lots of blooms for the cherry tomatoes. More blooms. But there's a cluster of cherry tomatoes. Those will be awesome. There's a couple down there. I've really got to get out here and cover these strawberries. My lemongrass. Pineapple mint, which I'm going to wait until next year to really harvest that. I haven't gotten to try that tea yet. And then I have 2 plants that are stevia. My English thyme has taken off really well. I may get to harvest some of it this year. It's gotten very well established, it looks like. My ginger root plants are coming back strong. I see at least 3 new stems already. Nearby, I believe is a turmeric plant that's growing. And then there's another plant, I'm not real sure what this is. It has a flower or bulb on the top, and it might be going to seed. But I didn't plant any onions or garlic here, so it's a bit of a mystery. The thyme does not look like it survived the winter. The oregano is still here and doing well. I'll probably wait to harvest it until next year. I'm not sure that it was supposed to turn purple. Does that mean that it's dead? Not familiar with sage, so. There's my celery that I started inside from a stalk that I purchased at the grocery store. And some other oregano. This is purple heart. I just harvested and weeded this bed of apple mint, chocolate mint, and strawberry mint. I have some volunteer plants over here that I'm not sure what they are, and several beets. Several beet plants still growing in this. But having just harvested it, and look how beautiful it is again already. Growing like crazy. On my agenda this morning was to transplant these, four tomato plants that came up from the soil that I dumped out because I thought that there was nothing in it. And I have a lot more beets here that are going to need to be harvested. The one and only carrot that grew in my garden this year is still here. I wonder who's going to get to eat it. That's the latest from the garden and farm after the rain. Every walk through these rows tells a new story. Some wins, surprises, progress, and a few mysteries. and always something new to learn. But that's what makes it so rewarding. Thanks for joining me here on this check-in. I can't wait to see how much everything grows in the coming weeks. Well, that's about it for today. It's getting hot out here. I think it's probably about 9 o'clock in the morning, but I'm already sweating. So let's go turn the hot fans back on to protect the chickens and go inside and see what else I can get into. Box. It looks like it has toes. I bet it's a raccoon after my chickens. It went this way.